Hello, everybody. My name is Kayla Scheppler, and today I will be talking about Friends, the TV show, and the $1 million contract. The six cast members got together and decided to negotiate equal pay for each other, $1 million per episode. Jennifer Aniston and David Schwimmer both took pay cuts, but in the long run, it worked out for everyone. To keep everyone on the show and not go their separate ways, David Schwimmer, also known as Ross, got the six members together and proposed they should form a mini union. One source actually says it's also a shrewd way to protect the cast for future negotiations because the network can't simply write someone out of the show. They'd have to write everyone off the show. Many people attribute this strategy to the influence of Schwimmer's mother, who is a lawyer. Contracts needed to be negotiated. NBC, Warner Brothers, and the production company, plus the cast members, all knew this. This was something that they all could agree on. And at first, the ratings were going down and then they kind of went up towards the end, they needed to renegotiate what was going on with their contracts. And this is how David Schwimmer came up with this idea, maybe with his mom or maybe it was his own idea. During this negotiation, I do believe there was negative emotion, status, and power techniques being used. I will get into more detail shortly, but not everyone in the negotiation thought all six cast members deserved the $1 million per episode raise. David Schwimmer used both his status and power in the negotiation. I say this because David Schwimmer, who at the time was getting a lot of offers from shows like I previously stated, he had a strong status, so he could use that just like Jennifer Aniston could for better lack of term leverage with NBC and Warner Brothers and the production company. The power, I would say, is kind of the same thing. He kind of had a power over them, sort of, but it was more like the whole group had a power over them because they figured out a way where they could either go with this deal or they're going to lose the entire cast. And NBC at the time could have lost a lot of money if they would have lost this deal because of the skyrocketing ratings after the deal was negotiated and over with. What did go well? They gained respect, David Schwimmer and Jennifer, for keeping their ground with the other cast who weren't being paid the same amount as they were. And again, they also created themselves job safety. They made it a way where they could not get fired or written out of the show. They'd have to all get written out. So I think that was pretty well done. What went wrong is Marta Kaufman was the one who didn't agree, who is part of the production company, with this deal. She thought it was quite absurd and ridiculous. She actually was quoted saying, $1 million an episode is kind of ridiculous. Matt LeBlanc was also asked that year if the cast was actually worth being paid $1 million per month. So I can't imagine that was probably a good question to be asking these guys at this time and moment because they do believe with all the hard work that they've put in that they do deserve this raise just like anybody else would. So I'm sure that caused tension in the negotiating room. Was an agreement reached? There was an agreement met. They all received their $1 million per episode raise and kept the syndication payments as well, even though they had that in past negotiations and contracts. How will the relationships between the production company and cast be after the deal was made? I do believe after everything happened and the skyrocketing uh, views and ratings went up, I think relationships kind of got better because they thought possibly that it was a good deal after all and they weren't paying these guys money that they shouldn't be paid. So I think at the end of the day, they all kind of had a business relationship, and at the end of the day, they all knew it was business and they were just getting what they thought they deserved. They were owed. I do want to thank you all for joining me today, and I hope you all have a fantastic day. Thank you, and have a good day.